Okay, so I'm told to not smile too much because of my horsey teeth, my green hazel eyes. Oh, I know they freak out people in DC, but you know what? I can't change them. And my mom in heaven right now is like really, really mad at me for not wearing my retainer, okay? Things that are coming out that are big. And it's not like my name is going to be splashed all over the news because of respect for a lot of people. All of this weirdness that's happened to me is because of my DNA. And I was in shock and there was a lot of weirdness. And I got to meet a wonderful friend of Ethel Kennedy, and she just pretty much like she was really sweet. She like grabbed my arm. She wanted to make sure I was okay, that I was financially okay. And I actually said, oh, yeah, although Obamacare was killing me, okay? But you know what? I'm not going to tell that family anything because my family is the family that raised me, okay? Just because a little piece of sperm created you doesn't mean that that sperm is your family. But technically, it kind of is, but I promised to never financially. The DNA testing happened, and I was told the results, and I had a promise to never go after for any money or do anything. So I've just not, and I've taken care of myself. I'm pretty proud of myself. And I was told that it's gonna come out, and I'm not the only one. So I have siblings, and for those people that have lived a life like me, a very lonely life, not knowing, I didn't know until I was over 50 years old who I was related to, okay? And to be candid, I thought I was related to somebody completely different. I thought I was related to my dad's boss because he wrote checks for my boarding school and he paid like my bills, but he was also a government contractor, so he was probably, you know, given contracts to like pay my bills. And you know, my family after I was born got a nice house with a pool. So, you know, my mom was nicknamed in DC, I found out from somebody that knew her at the CIA, as the goose that laid the golden egg, the goose that laid the golden egg. And I just am like, so I'm like the golden chicken? So I get it. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I'm okay. And I'm happy. And I had a cousin reach out to me, and after talking to a member of that family, you know what? I'm really happy. I'm happy that I had my life. As wacky as my previous videos have said my life has been, I had a pretty damn good life. And I would not change my childhood for anybody in that family. And we know what that family is. But, you know, if somebody tells me that I'm all about wanting to like use this process, I'm using the process to vindicate myself because I went through a lot of harassment because of my DNA, and the people at Nissan could not be brought to trial in America because of my DNA, because if I were like called as a witness, it could never, it would just be like quashed because I am an embarrassment to people at a 3-letter agency, okay? And I should be an embarrassment to people at another 3-letter agency. But there are people at like the NSA that are pretty cool. Thank you NSA. And I want to thank the agencies that have helped protect me. And I know I was part of the opium hack, and China, ni hao, no, you know who I am. And I want to thank you, China, because the last time I was there, you treated me really, really well. That said, you know, TikTok needs to belong to like Apple or Microsoft, or it needs to be an American company, because my data is in China's hands, and I don't want my kids' data in China's hands. So this is a weird message, but I've had some people reach out to me to see if I'm emotionally okay, and a lot's gonna come down in the next year or two. And, you know, I know that good things are gonna happen, and I'm just laying low. So this is Sharon. I'm laying low and working diligently to explain a lot of crazy stuff that's helping other people understand why crazy stuff happened to them. Because I'm not the only person that had cuckoo stuff happen to. But you know what? I'm emerging from this pandemic and this 10-year drama with Carlos Ghosn saner than anything. Because you see, when Carlos Ghosn's Greg Kelly, when he started having emails go out globally to people at Nissan and Renault that I was a former spy, they didn't realize that I was a former spy that was a Kennedy. Can't believe I'm saying it. You know, it's funny, when I go to Cuba, people know that I'm a Kennedy, and they're like, oh, you must be treated like you're like a princess in America. And I'm like, you know, they don't even know who I am. I go, in fact, I did not know who I was. I did not know who I was until I was over 50 years old. Evidently, they have funny little things in the CIA about, like, confidentially, and then they I was told in, like, I mean, it was like Chatham House rules. So, I mean, I talked to a senior advisor of President Obama, okay? And, I mean, I had tests, I had all this weird shit, and, you know what? I survived it. It was ugly. I mean, if you've ever wanted to get a mental health assessment, hey, you get one from our federal government. And I'm not an insider threat, and people, even the top CIA lawyer, not CIA lawyer, psychiatrist, David Charney, he sat next to me at a luncheon, and then after we had the entree, he went and talked to Raj Day, who was the top lawyer at the NSA. And after the NSA realized I was like, just kind of like a victim of a greedy corporation that was mad that some woman was complaining that a company that did business with Iran got $1.4 billion, you know, that was like not good. And so really after the NSA believed that I was just an American being like patriotic, my life turned around. So thank you, NSA, and you have a great day.